Migrant children are the most exposed to exploitative labor. The lack of necessary documentation prevents them from access to schools. The International Labour Organization says 106 million of the 160 million child laborers in the world are out of school. The conference discussed ways to extend access to education to the most needy. Delegates say curriculum at schools must be designed to match the needs of the economy.
Better livelihoods for families, particularly in agriculture, where 70% of child labor occurs. So we need rural development, we need livelihoods, diversification for those rural families. We also need to increase the quality of education and make sure that it's, by the way, accessible. So it's about infrastructure, it's about closing the teacher gap. There's a need to recruit tens of millions of teachers. Right now there are a real problem of overcrowded classes. And that when you're a child in a class of 50 other children, the chances of you getting a good education are slim.
In South Africa, it's a criminal offense to employ a child younger than 15 years. However, the law allows for a 15-year-old learner to branch out into vocational studies.
In the past 2 years, we've introduced 30 new technical subjects, which are more in line with the current demands of our economy. In this year, we are piloting the introduction of coding and robotics in our schools, with the hope that by next year we'll start offering it as a full subject. But also, we are piloting the issue of or the system of a three-stream model, whereby we will allow learners at an age of 15 and grade 9 to then branch off into vocational and occupational studies.
Children's rights activists want a review of policies that they say have unintended negative impacts that perpetuate child labor.
We need to, I would say, analyze what is already implemented at this point in time. You know, within South Africa, you are allowed to leave school in the year grade 9. So there we also need to see whether, you know, the government is maybe promoting child labor in that sense, you understand, because I think that it is of paramount importance, that we do take into account that in grade 9 you are still classed as a child in South Africa.
The conference continues. Bongani Gema, SABC News, Durban.